Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in this video we are going to cover functions of operating system, that is very important topic for our examination point of view. So this is our lecture number 2, and students, in previous lecture we have discussed basic introduction of operating system, its objectives and different applications. And if you forgot to watch that lecture, you can check the description box. I have already added the link there. Okay. So let's move to the function part. As you can see here, we have so many functions of using operating system. First is memory management, second is process management, third is device management, file management, security, control over any system performance, its job accounting, error detecting aids, coordination between other software and users. So all these points we will cover in detail. So let's start with the memory management part. So as you all know, it is the management of what? It is the management of main memory, or we can say that it is the management of primary memory. So whatever program is executed in our computer system, it has to be present in main memory. For example, let's say I'm going to execute my program 1 or process 1. Okay, so this process has to be placed on the main memory for some interval of time. So main memory is a quick storage area that may be accessed directly by the CPU. So it is directly accessed by the CPU, right? And whenever the program is completed, let's say my program 1 is done, my program 1 is completed, the memory region, the main memory region is released, and it can automatically be used by some other programs. And let's say when process 2 is completed, then this memory management is allocated to another process in the queue. So therefore there can be more than one program present at a time, and hence it is required to manage the memory. So I hope it is clear to all of you that why we need memory management in operating system. Because memory, that is main memory, is a basic memory that every process needs. Okay, so and there are so many processes in our computer system that are in a queue, right? So that's why we always need to manage the memory. So the operating system allocation and deallocation of memory. Operating system is responsible for allocation and deallocation of the memory. Allocation and deallocation means, let's say my process 1, if I want to allocate my main memory to process 1 and deallocate this main memory to process 2. Okay, so all these things are done with the help of operating system only. Also, it keeps a record on which parts of primary memory is used by whom and how much. So always remember, operating system has a list of processes. Okay, operating system has a list of processes where it always notes down the time a process needs that particular memory, or a process needs operating system for how long. So operating system is also used to distribute the memory while multi-processing. So in operating system, we can always make use of multiprocessing. Okay, so how to distribute memory, how much memory one processor need, all these things are taken care by the operating system. So that's why we always need memory management. Next point we have is process management, or it is also known as process scheduling, right? So every software that runs on a computer, whether in a background or in a front end, okay, it is a process. Every time we have so many processes running in our computer system, and processor management is an execution unit. So processor management is what? It is an execution unit in which every program operates. An operating system determines the status of the process and processes. For example, let's say if I allot process 1 to my CPU, okay, or to my operating system, process P1 needs 30 seconds to be executed, and I have one more process P2, it needs 40 seconds, process P3 needs 60 seconds. let's say. Okay, so all these are processes, and all these processes are managed only by operating system available in our computer system, right? So it is also called what? It is also called CPU scheduling. This is very important topic. We have so many CPU scheduling types. We will discuss everything in detail in next video. You can note it down. First CPU scheduling we have is FCFS, means first come, first serve. First come, first serve. Next we have SJF. SJF means shortest job first. This is very, very important. Frequently asked questions from these topics. Okay, next we have round robin. Round robin scheduling algorithm. And next we have priority based scheduling. Priority based scheduling algorithm. So all these are taken under process management, right? Next type we have is device management. This is very important type. An operating system regulates devices connected using drivers. So operating system के साथ हमने devices को connect किया है. For example, we have connected printers, we have connected some other peripheral devices, and all these devices are connected with the help of device drivers. And all the processes may require devices for their use, and this management is done only with the help of operating system. And here in the device management system, operating system allocates and deallocates the devices to different processors. We have so many devices connected to our system. If you want to allocate or deallocate the devices to different processors, then we need device management function. Also, it keeps record of the devices, that how many devices are connected to the operating system by using different drivers. Next, it decides which process can use which device for how much time. For example, we have already discussed, let's say process 1 needs an operating system for 30 seconds, process P2 needs it for 10 seconds, process P3 needs it for 20 seconds. Okay, so always an operating system decides which process can use which device for how much time. Next important function is file management. So the operating system manages so many resource allocation and deallocation. We have already discussed these statements, right? And also it specifies which process receives the file. File management always keep track on which process receives the file, or for how long it receives the file, or for how long it is going to use that particular file. And also it keeps track of information, track on location, uses, status of that particular file, and so on. So all these informations are managed by file management function of operating system. The files of a system are stored in different directories. We have so many directories, that is basic architecture of computer system, and the file on the system are stored in different directories of operating system. And here in case of file management, operating system keeps record of status and location of file. Status and location of file. Location, you all know, status means whether the file is a read only, whether we can edit the file or not. All these are taken under the category of status of a file. Also it decides who get the resources. Who get the resources means process 1 is requesting for printer. Okay, so if we allocate process 1 the printer, that means it is taken under file management system. Next we have is नेक्स्ट पॉइंट आ जाता है हमारे पास सिक्योरिटी रिलेटेड फंक्शंस. So security, for security modern operating system employ a firewall. We all know about some firewalls that plays an important role in every computer system. A firewall is a type of security system that monitor all the computer activities. All computer activities are monitored by the firewalls, right, and blocks some activities if it detects a threat. For example, in one of the activity, our system found a virus or any threat, then it will automatically block that particular file. Okay, so this is the responsibility of security. This is the security function of your operating system. Okay, so I hope students you are getting every point. These points are very important for an examination point of view. Next, next point we have is control over system performance. So operating system will collect consumption statistics for various resources and monitor some performance indicators. Some performance indicators include reaction time, which is the time between requesting a service. Reaction time means requesting the services and receiving response from that particular system for that particular service. Okay, so this is taken under control over system performance. Next we have job accounting. So as the operating system keeps track on all the functions of computer system, we have already discussed it, hence it makes a record of all the activities. To always make record of all the activities taking place on the system, and it has an account of all the information about the memory. Next point we have is error detecting aids. So error detecting aids means we all know कि whenever we are running so many processes all together, there may occur so many errors. So whenever our system wants to control these errors, to prevent these errors or to detect these errors, we always need this function, that is error detecting aids. Okay, so error detection guarantees that data is delivered reliably across susceptible networks, and the operating system continuously monitor all the system to locate and recognize any problem or protect system from all these problems or errors. Next come point is coordination between other softwares and users. So as you all know, in our computer system, in our operating system, we have so many hardware components, we have so many software components, and always operating system allow hardware components to be coordinated and directed and allocate assembler, interpreter, compiler, and other software to different users of the computer systems. And always remember, operating system is the only device that always helps a user or always help a computer system to coordinate between different softwares, like we have discussed, assembler, compiler, interpreter, etc., to the users. Okay, so all these are important functions. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching the session.